What is up, people? Half Slab Bacon back with another Minecraft survival tutorial. So guys, check it out. I did some of the finishing touches. You can see our glass walls behind us with the swords in them. I'm not sure I think I'll leave the colors. I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, decorated up the nether portal, give it a little more dimension. And just, you know, stuff. I don't know if I ever pointed out that I had put a whole bunch of the end rods up there for lighting in the original video or not, but yeah, I did that, and then I decided, you know, I'd finish the wall off here. I'm not sure if I'm going to take this up or not, and just put these in to kind of give some lighting on either side. Nothing too crazy. There's a sea lantern underneath this, so, you know, if I'm flying around on the roof of the nether and I fly up in this direction, the bottom of it's lit so I can see it. Finish this. And yeah, I did want to chat about a few things before we cover a bunch of other little stuff. But yeah, observer block changes. We're still on 39C. And we will be staying there until, well, if they do a snapshot next week, until I check that out, because 41A with the observer block changes, well, it's still crashing like crazy. I always like to give it some time, guys, and check the bug trackers before I do anything with my main world type thing. But yeah, it's crashing like crazy. And they kind of broke the observer block when they made the changes. Now, those changes are going to be like permanent, but they didn't implement them right. It's broken. It's bud powering redstone, so it's leaving it in a permanently on state, among other things. It's not updating stuff. It should be updating all kinds of stuff. So while I need to do some changes for the new stuff, we're going to be stuck with the old superior observer block for a bit here until they can actually, you know, code it properly and get it stable and have a stable snapshot. They shouldn't have, you know, made all the changes. They should have just given us 1.11 with this observer the way it is. But I get it. Microsoft wants it all unified. So not too much is going to have to change down here, guys. If you're looking at building the farm, don't worry about it. You can build it in 39C as is, and not much is going to change. Like, these should still work fine. If memory serves me, I believe I tested this mechanic out, and it still leaves the redstone block behind, so those are still going to work fine. At least they should. I didn't test it powering it with an activator rail. I think I used a button, but it shouldn't make a difference. No, I used a redstone block, but they should still work fine. If you are going to build this and you're going as far as building my portal, this is one of the main things that's going to have to change. I think it's over on this side. Yeah, when we go to the new version. And did I close all this off? I did. Silly me. Now I'm just breaking stuff. What is it? Yeah. No, I've got a repeater into that block. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Okay, maybe that doesn't have to change. Nope, that doesn't go there. I think that's okay too, so it's just going to be the dropper towers that'll have to change. That's it, that's all. Yeah, I forgot. We got a repeater right there going into that block. I thought I had an observer going direct into the block, so that won't have to change either. This whole thing should still work fine with the new observer mechanics. It's just going to be these. I don't know if this clock's still going to work or not. In my testing, it doesn't work anymore because this doesn't power blocks properly, but it turns out that might be a bug that they need to work on. At least as of the bug tracker right now, they haven't confirmed works as intended. And the fact that the redstone was locking might be because the observers are actually bud powering the redstone. I actually went to report that myself when I found it in the test world, and found that it had already been reported. So yeah, we'll just have to see. The one thing that's going to have to change for sure, though, is all these bad boys, unfortunately. I think what I can get away with doing, though, is just putting redstone, and I have to tear down this wall and double check it. Like, you can see I added all the highlights in. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I just have these all going into a block, right? And is there a block gap between that? And we might not be in bad shape with this one, actually, surprisingly. Can I get up there? Let's grab an ender pearl and just ender pearl up. There we go. Crap. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to rebuild them, because if I put redstone there, that's gonna be an issue. But that depends on the block bug, so I don't even know if I'm gonna have to rebuild these or not. Jury's out yet, based on the bug tracker. At most, they're gonna be what has to be rebuilt. Everything else will be fine. So I did run it, not even for a full night or anything. I just went like a few hours the one day, and yeah, we're good. It's good. It's good. Rare drops. Oh, I decided, since you get tons of levels, and even though we got the things, that you still pick up gold swords, right? So I decided I would just start taking all the levels I get and enchanting the gold swords I pick up while I'm in the minecart, and getting ones with looting 3 and just keeping them up here for holding, so I don't lose a valuable sword. I shouldn't even put mending on this. Now, I did find, guys, that occasionally the way the timing works, they lose aggro, because you end up, what happens is you'll get this big, huge spawn after a while on a couple, say both of the platforms, and they just end up flooding into the kill chambers. And then, because like the whole mob cap gets into the kill chambers all at once, it basically kills them all before any respawn. Like the next cycle doesn't respawn quick enough, and they end up losing aggro because of that line of sight thing. So like, unfortunately, you can't AFK like you could in like 1.8 and have the mobs aggro all night long. I mean, you might, but odds are eventually they're gonna de-aggro. But in my testing, like, it was random. You know, it would go a couple hours sometimes before it happened, and then it would go 15 minutes. But that's why I keep that bow there, as all I do is just, you know, if I'm like doing stuff around the house, you know, dishes, dinner, that kind of thing, I'll run it. And if I walk by the computer and I've seen the de-aggro, just fire a freaking arrow off at one of them on one of the platforms, and you're back good to go for quite some time. So yeah, I put this in here, and I completely forgot we need a crafting station. I was thinking about putting an enchanting table up here, but I don't know. But see this? That's gotta change, peeps. That's gotta change. We got to do the thing. We got to do the thing. I ran out of gold for so long because we were using it all for rails and stuff. So I put these here just, you know, so we can do this. Oh yeah. We're back, baby. We're back in the wealth. We can build a gold beacon if we want, and that's after only a couple hours of AFK. So we're just gonna kind of relax and get some stuff done today, guys. Because I don't want to do anything super grindy, and in all honesty, like, I want, bam, done, good, we're good. We need another stack of iron blocks in there to go with the beacon. We're good. We got a stack of gold blocks in there. We'll put that away. And actually, I want to take the gold blocks and bam, 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 bam for our crafting tables. And then, yeah, all the things. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. I think we'll leave those there. And let's just start, like, doing this. And one of the things I wanted to accomplish is... Oh, did we not get... Oh, yeah. The outside of this side. That's weird, man. One is definitely a little faster than the other, or a little more spawn happy than the other. So yeah, it runs good. I did have a pigman once kill me, and I think what actually happened is because we've still got the translocation, I think he got pushed out by the translocation. Because I've double checked the area and there's no other way for them to get out. So that's a thing, unfortunately. Now, is it 4 or is it 9? I can't remember. It's 9, isn't it? Oh yeah. Once we stock up, I'll probably start eating these like all the time, guys. All the time. Oh, so good. So good. As a matter of fact, let's throw the cooked chicken in there. And we'll eat gold carrots today in celebration of our awesome gold farm. And then from there, you know, I can just start crafting up. And we're good to go. I want to craft all those golden apples, or those apples into golden apples, because in future what we've got to do is we've got to go to town on dragon battles. And clearly I went about it kind of the wrong way last time, trying to cheap out. And, you know, we could just do... Give me all the things. Oodles and oodles of regen potions, but that would use up our gas tiers. So I actually figure what we're going to start doing is, like, when I want to go on a dragon battle session, we're just going to take, like, a whole stack of golden apples with us. And just that'll be our main source of food for the dragon battles. Screw it, they cost nothing other than apples, which means I'm gonna have to start farming lots of frickin' things. What do you call it? Stuff and things. Oak, to get the apples. Eventually, I'm thinking not in survival tutorial, but once we get into season 2, which, I mean, we're right around the corner, guys. We don't have much left to do before we just switch it over to a bacon blaze. We'll build an automatic wood farm. They're not really productive, to be honest with you. The tests have been done. It's been proven that they are kind of counteractive because of the resources taken to make one efficient. It actually works out to be just as efficient just to have like an efficiency 5 and manually farm the big trees, like the giant spruces and stuff. But we'll do one for fun, because, you know, why the heck not? Got everything else, why not have that too, right? Right? So yeah, what else did I want to mention? I think that's it, or I'm having a brain fart. I'm going to craft all this up. Well, do we have enough yet for the apples? I'll show you the apples, and then I'm going to cut, and I'm going to compact the rest of this. And then we're going to work on some other cool little things that I'm sure you saw by the title, and just kind of roll with that. But yeah, let's actually, while I'm crafting the apple, let's talk about what we still need to accomplish, guys, before we close off the season. And, you know, we've got a few episodes left to do it. We need to go take on the, what do you call it thing? The mansion. Because we never did do that. So we need to cover that. Spider farms, now that they've fixed translocation, or all the old designs work, so I guess we could cover that, but it's not really essential. So yeah, really, we don't have that much left to cover other than the woodland mansion and a little bit more of the fireworks crafting. And along the way, I'll show you maybe some cool things here or there, but that's pretty much it, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, guys. Oh yeah. I put that valuables away, didn't I? So, really, I mean, that's, once we've covered all the things, that's kind of where I see the season ending. So, we're going to have a light few episodes probably to close off, and then we'll do a world tour, guys. At the rate things are going, there might be a 500 sub special in between now and then. And one thing I do need to mention, and it's a sad day indeed, I did notice while I was playing around with the latest snapshot, our mob farms days in this world are numbered. The shifting floor mob farm thing is now broken. Now, I have a fix, and we will implement that for the witch farm. You can still do the witch farm. But general mob farm, the shifting floor doesn't work anymore because the problem with the fix is the spiders won't go through it. So you just end up, your platforms fill up with spiders and you don't get any spawns. So it's a sad day indeed because I loved that farm. It was our first farm in this world. We're gonna leave the building up though for sure because, you know, it's awesome. We'll just tear out the insides and we'll have to build a new mob farm. We'll probably do the one I did in my survival tutorials, or in survival craft. We'll build that, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna get this done. And then we will do some other cool things just to show you some cool stuff. And that'll be our light episode for the week because after that, building this thing, I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm a little burnt out. That was a lot of troubleshooting to get this to work in 1.11. Well, in anything past 1.9. But it works like a charm. I love it. We're rich with all the gold. Yay! Okay, I'll be RBs. Alright guys, I waited for you before we did it. I waited. Yep, we're about to do it. Oh yeah, we just ate our first gold carrot in this world. All the saturation. I'm so saturated, I'm like a pre-made donut from Tim Hortons. Yes, I'm Canadian, Tim Hortons, it's a thing, deal with it. It's kind of funny that a carrot has the highest saturation in the game, huh? Shouldn't it be like a cheeseburger or something? Should actually be cake, I would think. Yeah, that would be the most saturated fat thing in the game. So I want to work on just some fun little projects. Like, we need to get this cleaned up, especially before we do a world tour. Is part of my goal is when we end off the season. Excuse me, guys, sorry. I want to have as much of this cleaned up for the final world tour and download as possible. And if you look what we got going on here, like one, we need to get rid of those chests. And two, we're kind of missing something here. Oh, I can go close this door too. Yeah, that's how I fix that in down here. This, I don't know. I'll probably remove that netherrack and clean it up a little bit. But we're going to leave that ladder so we can do stuff in the future down there. Like a smelter and that kind of thing. But this area here doesn't really match. Like over here is good. You can see we've got our little design closing these off. And, you know, we could use them for more tunnels in future. But they match. And then over on this side, like, yeah, we could use these for tunnels in future too. But they don't match, you know. So I was kind of thinking we need to tear these two out here and here and do something with them just to make it look better in here, and let's make it more functional too, right? And one of the things, like, before we kind of came back here and got started, and that's kind of like, that's where Season 2, when we flip it over to Bacon Plays Minecraft, is gonna take off, is we're back at spawn, baby. We're gonna crack away at that mega base we have. Because that's, yeah, the man cave needs to be a thing. It's gonna be the thing. So, what I was thinking is, I had my fire armor down by the Blaze Farm, because we were using it a lot there, right? Makes sense. But really, like, we're gonna get the man cave going. The bulk of the time we need to put this down out here because we're gonna want stuff out of it. The bulk of the time we're gonna be over here. So I was kind of thinking, wouldn't it be cool? We need to close this off. We don't want ghasts shooting our faces. Go away. Eventually we'll pretty up outside here, but right now I'm not overly concerned with it just because, you know, it's not it won't really get used much. From now on, we've got our nether hub and our transport everywhere. I'm so excited. I got us a little over 3 stacks of gold out of that, guys. And we were running so low on gold. And when I say gold, I mean gold blocks, right? So it's nice to have that surplus. I was running out, so I didn't make as many gold rails for the nether hub as I wanted. So that's something that's going to change. We're going to get the hub just pimped out like crazy. We're probably going to run into a problem with this hole here. So we'll just close this off. And yeah, it's going to be nice. I'll pimp that out. But what I was thinking in these for now, I mean, if we run a nether hub out of here in future, that's fine, right? We can do that. But for now, since we don't have any plans to run a nether hub anywhere, like, oh, you know what else we need to do, which could be hard for me, is we have to find a mushroom island. We haven't covered that yet. So there's another thing we have to do before the season ends. We need to do a woodland mansion and a mushroom island. Yeah. But what I was thinking is, since for most of the time we're going to be back at spawn from now on, what we should have is we should have our fire armor over here. So that's kind of why I'm hollowing these out. What we're actually going to do is we're going to set up an automatic armor equipper in here to keep our fire armor in. So this is like the world's easiest armor dispenser, guys. Let's take our regular gear off. Do I have enough room in there? No. So, do I have enough room in my inventory? Yes. So, if we put our fire stuff in here, the only thing I don't like about this design is, one, it's hard to get into the bottom. And logically, you would want the boots in there, right? But this is the world's easiest armor dispenser. Is we just put our stuff in here like this. And then if we take off our existing armor, you step on the pressure plate, bam! And you can see we've now got our fire stuff on. The thing I don't like about that is, one, it's down low there, and two, it's harder to get at to like put the armor back. So what I was thinking is, I don't know how I want to do this. If I want to have like red in here, I'll play around with the decoration probably, but what I was thinking is, you know, we just kind of fill like a small room in here, and then we could have 3 of our dispensers like so, and then 1 up top. And that way they're easier to get at. And we just walk in and bam, it's all done. Now we could use a pressure plate for that. We could use an observer block and string. I don't know how I want to roll with that one, to be honest with you guys. But, oh, you know what I think is actually would be better? Can we do like that? How's that going to look from out here? That might be okay. That might be okay. There's not really a way to hide all 3 of the dispensers, unfortunately, and I can't remember if we put this here, if it's gonna pop off or not. And I'm pretty sure it does. Some things will work, some things won't. So let's grab our stone brick and just wire this up. We'll figure out how we're gonna wire this up. I don't know, do we want like a pressure plate there? And if so, what color pressure plate? Maybe we'll put a stone for now, but I might switch it up to a gold or something for color on the next cut. Yeah, something like that would be cool. And then from there, basically, all we have to do is wire it in off that block, right? And get our redstone signal to travel up Nice and simple. So, sorry, I had to cut there. I had friends show up and bang on my door. I cut this so I can show you the back, but this is done. So let's have a look. See, we've got our armor equipper. So we take this gear off when we come in the nether, and we just step on that, and bam, there's our fire gear. And then, you know, we can put this back and just swap them out each time. Armor stands are nice. They look cool, but it's actually more work to use an armor stand than it is just to pull your stuff in and out of a chest. You know what I mean? So I figured we'd build this little armor equipper, and then I was planning on doing most of it on camera. I ended up tearing out what we were building just so I could space it back like this and give it a look, and I decided to go with a pressure plate because if I did the observer block and the string, we'd see it through the floor, because, you know, naturally I don't want spawns here, so I had to put a glass floor. And I did the same thing over here, and there's glowstone under the magma cubes. So this one's our ender pearl dispenser, so you can see we've got 8 here. This we just step on, and bang, we get a stack. Oh, I don't have it wired right. We get 2 stacks. Oh, because it's a weighted pressure plate. I hadn't even thought about that. Crap. I was just going for looks, and I didn't even stop to think. Weighted pressure plate. It's, if the ender pearls hit the pressure plate, it's going to cause it to go off multiple times. So what happens if we actually catch it all? Yeah, see, so I've got to fix that toggle. Crap, I didn't wire it right. I goofed. That is because I've got torches down there, I think. So what we need to do is we need to switch to redstone dust, I believe, which of course I put away because I cleaned up since I had a friend here and I was doing it off camera. So let's get that fixed. First of all, we'll just move the... Oh, now that's going to pop off. Crap. Yeah, we got to fix that. Stupid thing's making a mess. Okay, the gold pressure plate has to go because of that, unfortunately. Because it looks good in the build, but yeah, it's got to go. So, I really don't want to use a stone pressure plate. Crap. Okay, well, basically the concept here is you can see we've got a torch burnout tower, right? So all we need to do is update that torch through a torch update, and it's going to fire the burnout 8 times before it burns out. So this dispenser will give us 8 ender pearls. That's how the system works. Nice and simple like that. But yeah, pressure plate's not gonna, well, the gold one's not gonna cut it. It's gonna have to, it can't be a weighted, it's gonna have to be a stone. Which sucks, because the gold looks better. But for continuity, I guess it's not that bad because the rest of the area is gray, right? So if we do it with redstone, yeah, there. Now we don't get the double update because of the torch going back on. So that's where I messed up there. Done. So yeah, let's go and I'll explain this and then I can clean it up. So that's it with the torches, and then the redstone, when we step on the pressure plate, is going to power this block, which is going to update the torch and cause the torch burnout to go off, which fires the dispensers. And then I've got a double chest to each, so I took all those ender pearls I had at spawn and filled these. So I just thought that's, you know, it's a cool little build to have here, because it fills up that room which makes everything look better back here, and also gives us a handy way of getting ender pearls. Now for this, really simple, I went with the pressure plate just so, you know, the brick, as opposed to an observer block. So it's got the redstone dust underneath it, and then repeater, and then just redstone that's spread up all over these. And I put the repeater in mainly just because the 15 on the redstone dust. So if we take our protection armor off and do that, bam, now we're equipped. I love it. I love it, guys. I love it. And then, like I said, if I was going on a trip, I could put my other armor back in here and we'd be good to go. I don't know why I'm being anal about this right now, but yeah. Angle pants, put the shirt in the back. So really, I mean, not an overly complicated build, but I'm happy with it. I really wanted to use the gold pressure plates. That kind of sucks. It kind of sucks a little, guys. I'm not going to lie. So let's, while I got these blocks, we'll close this in. And clean that up. So all I did was step it in on each side, through the fence gates in, just to get some dimension, right? And we're done with this project. So sorry I had to cut, like I said, but, you know, neighbor banging on my door and stuff. No, I don't want redstone dust there. I want an ender pearl. So that frees it up, and then I think we're gonna put one of these stations in the jungle base too, actually. So, oh, I cleaned up over here a little bit, compacted everything down into one chest. So yeah, why don't we go do that? I'll leave those there, and we'll do the one at the jungle base. Actually, we're getting long on time here, so why don't we just cut? We'll call it an episode. And next one, I think what we gotta do, guys, is we gotta start getting ready for the mansion. So we're gonna work on the village a little bit, get those guys breeding up, and see if we can't get a cartographer, he's called? Yeah, a cartographer. And I'll probably get it started off camera, so we actually have some spawns, and then we can rip off and maybe see the woodland mansion after that. That should be epic. I can't wait. Get the Totem of Undying, another trophy for our base. Anyways, guys, smash the like if you enjoyed the episode. To help others like yourself who might enjoy the content, find the channel. And if you're new and you haven't already, hit that subscribe for more videos, peeps. Thanks for watching. Bye.